Welcome back, crew, and for those of you that are regular followers of the channel, this pistol needs no introduction. That is my Browning Precision Bullseye pistol. When I say it's mine, this is the one I consider mine, even though I actually own several. Now, if you're new to the channel, we'll go through some of the upgrades and stuff that's been done to it. We've got the, I believe it's the 7.25 inch. This is the Browning fluted bull barrel, target barrel. Then we've got the sight mark, of course. This is the Pro Mini Shot, I think. Pro Spec is what they call that. Tactical Solutions rail on this dude. You got a custom slide racker. That's from Stripling Custom Gun Works. And then we got several things from Tandemkross. We've got the Game Changer Compensator, the Victory Trigger, and of course the little mag plates, mag floor plates there. Now, as far as internals on this, not a lot has been done. Standard Browning parts, I should say. As far as what's been done, yes, I have older videos on that, on some of the spring work, polishing the hammer and the sear, that sort of thing. Trigger pulls at about 2 pounds on this thing right now. Now, the dilemma that I've got with this is it's set up for precision, and I want to get into some steel challenge, and that has to do with speed. And I run into two main issues right off the bat that I think the little makeover today will potentially solve. If not, it should help drastically, at least. The first being the sight. This is a again, little sight mark. The dot on this, very small. The window in there, very small. A little bit hard to pick up on. So I've got a Browning sight here. I've used these before, and on 22s they work really good. There's several other brands out there as well, probably all made in the same factory in China, but it has some options as far as the reticle there, and I think that'll help. I think that'll help me to be able to pick up on that a little better. Also, the window on it, if I can get the cover off here, you can see is considerably larger than that sight mark. Now, the second issue I think I was having was going from the flag on start to that very first plate and swinging this barrel. Now, considering that I'm shooting roughly the same distance, maybe even less, at a target multiple times larger, really don't think that I'm going to need this. So I had a takeoff barrel here. This was actually a 5.5 inch, just stock Buckmark, heavy barrel, come off of, I think, a camper model. And got in touch with a buddy of mine, best machinist in the world. They're at Superior Arms and Machine in Jacksonville, Texas. He chopped that dude down to 4.5 inch, which is standard for like a Ruger 2245 light, and then threaded it for me as well. So thanks to him for that. Appreciate it. Now, a couple things to mention before we get started. First of all, there's 2 points on a Buckmark really that you need to be careful with. I like to use anti-seize, and that's with this top rail, top strap, whatever, the screws on it, and then also the barrel. So if you haven't done that already, take advantage while you're doing this, while you have everything apart, and I would go ahead and do that. That way you don't end up with an issue. I can't tell you how many times before I started doing that I've had to drill the, especially having an aluminum rail up here, I ended up having to drill these out. It's horrible. They would lock in there, wouldn't be able to get them out. So anti-seize is your friend. Next thing is going to be the tools that we need. Pretty simple. Need a set of hex bits, of course. Now, the screw that holds the barrel in, that could also be a slotted. So you'll just have to check on your Buckmark and get the appropriate bits for that. In this case, we need a slotted to remove the old sight. The barrel comes off a lot easier if you use a 1/4 inch ratchet. Little 1/4 inch extension with a 1/4 inch socket. Obviously you can put the little bit in there, just makes it a little easier. And then the new sight came with a nifty little wrench to install it. So not very many tools, pretty basic stuff. And yeah, let's get started. The first thing we need to do, obviously, we've got safety check, right? So we're going to pull the magazine, and you can see that's empty. Let's set that to the side over here, and then we're going to check the chamber. You can see it is not loaded. Now let's remove the Tandemkross game changer. It's just on there with a rubber O-ring, so not very tight at all, and the O-ring fell off, you can see there. But yeah, we'll set that to the side as well. Won't be needing that right now. Move a few parts out of the way that we got some room to work here. And we'll remove this. Now I think I've had this off. I'm just going to try to hand. No, I got it on there. Can't do it with my hand. Thought I'd had it off recently. Apparently not. So, not a big deal. That's why we have tools. So we're going to pull that. Set it out of the way too. Alright, now we are on to our top strap here. And you can see a little bit of anti-seize there already. Yes, I was not lying about that. With the anti-seize, these should come out pretty easily. So we'll remove this top strap. Set the screws out of the way, set the rail out of the way, and there we go. Now, at this point, if you want to remove the slide, you can. Just get this guide rod up and out of the way. Yes, I have no keeper on it. That's just the way I run mine. In case anybody was wondering there. Hammer's back, which kind of sucks right now, but that's okay. Find a place for the slide. And yeah, let's go ahead and drop that hammer. There we go. Now we're ready to take off the barrel. Now let's take our barrel off. We've got our bit in there. We go to our socket and our extension. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. And there she comes. Again, the anti-seize will help there. So you can see as that comes out, the anti-seize on the barrel screw there. When you do that, this barrel will literally fall off. So let's put that to the side. Get the barrel we're going to put on here. We set her down like so. Reverse the process. Easy enough. Alright. Put that to the side. Don't need that anymore. Groovy. Let's put our slide back on. Got our little buffer here. Goes in the back. This may be a little fun to try to do and catch the camera at the same time. But we're going to try. So again, I don't run the keeper on this. I have my reasons. If you've got a keeper, then by all means run it. I'm not going to argue that that fact with anybody. If they want to run it, that's cool. I don't. So there we go. Now, time for the top strap to go on. And it helps if you can find the screw holes there, right? Now we run our top strap on here. It was a totally different looking pistol with that short barrel, I'm telling you. I always like to go back and forth a little bit as I'm snugging those up. Alright, now we can put on, we'll go ahead and put on our compensator here. Right? And you want to time it, so obviously when it comes up, it'll line up for the rail there. Be pretty easy to tell. That looks pretty doggone straight, don't it? Sweet. Tell you what, it feels 147,000 pounds lighter than it did with the big long barrel on it. Well, now let's run this side. Now, I'm going to put this in the same position. I'm going to run this up close to the front. Like I said, I've actually ran these before. We've actually won matches with this particular sight on these Buckmarks before. They were bullseye matches. They were not steel challenge. And they were in that position right there. So we're going to start out there, and then if I think I need to move it back, I can always do that. And we'll lock this down. I really like this little wrench they sent with this. It's just an Allen wrench. It's just an L-shaped Allen, but they got a little holder there for it, which is pretty cool. So there we go. We are officially done with this thing. Pretty much that quick. We went from precision to speed. That's it for today, crew. Thanks for watching. And until next time, don't forget to chain fire freedom.